I had the privilege of carrying the first translation of Nepali. It was a Hindi translation into Nepal, and seeing God work a miracle to get that through customs. At that time, there were only a few hundred Christians in Nepal. We had a staff there and a director, Adan Rangan, and he'd heard about the film and he wanted it in Nepal. And so we did it in Hindi, which many Nepalis speak, and carried that version into Nepal. But no 16 millimeter projectors. Okay, that's a little bit of a problem. Well, as we began talking and praying, somehow it came to our attention that way down in the customs regulations and laws of Nepal, there is a clause in there that a Nepali citizen may bring a 16 millimeter projector into the country, one in his lifetime. So we said, okay. So I and a Nepali citizen, we flew down to Delhi, flew back to Kathmandu, and that Nepali citizen has that projector stamped on his passport. One projector in a life you can bring in to Nepal. And that began how we began to get projectors into Nepal. God is capable of doing creative things to break all barriers. But it was a evidence of the spiritual battle that was taking place. The enemy did not want this to happen. And he would do intervention after intervention to stop the spread of the film, to stop ministries. That's just one story. One of the more challenging experiences was in a country neighboring Nepal, but it was a country, Bangladesh. And they wanted the film, they wanted to show the film. And so we did a translation in the Bengali language, and I had the privilege of carrying that film in and being there the first night it was to be shown. It was overflowed with people. You couldn't see the floor. And they were all seated on the floor or standing around or peering in the windows. Kind of fought my way up to look in. Well, the film started in Bengali and watched there for 2 hours as they emoted in the film and heard the story and responded. Now here's where the spiritual battle comes in. At the end of that showing, the national director came to me and said, come with me for just a moment. And we stepped around the corner of the building and said, today the government closed our ministry and there are padlocks in our office, and you can't be seen here or you can't be seen at the office, and I need to have you leave right now. We have a room for you in the Baptist guest house, and I need for you to go there and just stay there, and we'll come by and see you in a day or two, but would you please leave now? I said, okay. So I went to the Baptist guest house, which was very gracious, open to us to stay in, and ended up staying there for over a week. The government was looking at who knows what kind of charges and things, but anyway, it basically closed their ministry for a period of time. And God later opened up. We got the ministry started again. The film was used, but it was a evidence of the spiritual battle that was taking place. The enemy did not want this to happen, but God would always work it out. Things would continue. God is good, and He worked through those situations every time to bring glory and honor to Himself. As we began to see the Jesus film used across Asia, we began to see showings of 200, 300, 2,000 people. As a result, in that first year, in villages across Asia, well over 1 million people saw that film. Thousands came to Christ. And that began to accelerate year after year after year across there. The Jesus film became the major evangelistic tool to see the Great Commission fulfilled.